Hello, you're watching VNA Broadcast Daily, and now today's highlights.
President Trương Tấn Sang joins working lunch hosted by U.S. Secretary of State in Washington, D.C. National Assembly Chairman Nguyễn Sinh Hùng hosts talks with Speaker of Myanmar Parliament. Exhibition features Hanoi's developments after 5 years of border expansion.
We start our program today with an update on the visit to the U.S. by President Trương Tấn Sang. On July 24th, President Sang joined a working lunch hosted by U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry in Washington, D.C. He spotlighted Vietnam's foreign policy of treasuring ties with the U.S., its leading partner.
In his opening remarks, U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry recalled his memories in Vietnam during the war and the process of normalizing ties between the two countries. He affirmed that the U.S. government wishes to further strengthen future ties via effective cooperation mechanisms in various fields. He said as Vietnam has transformed itself, the country is now placing an increasingly significant role on regional and global issues. President Sang said Vietnam and the U.S. should continue deepening various areas of cooperation with a strong boost even to key areas of economics, science, technology, education and training. He said through dialogues, the two sides have achieved better mutual understanding, particularly about each other's approach and distinct cultural and historical circumstances. According to him, it is also necessary to maintain straightforward and open dialogues on issues of differences. The same day, President Sang held working sessions with Secretary of Commerce Penny Pritzker, Secretary of Agriculture Tom Vilsack, and Trade Representative Michael Froman. He suggested the U.S. open the door for Vietnamese goods and avoid imposing trade barriers on imports from Vietnam. The Vietnamese president proposed that the U.S. add Vietnam to the list of developing countries and provide technical assistance for the country to improve its capacity of implementing commitments, focusing on high-quality human resources training. He also asked the U.S. to soon recognize Vietnam as a market economy. The U.S. senior officials noted that the two countries see great opportunities to strongly develop their ties in the time to come. They pledged to promote multifaceted cooperation with Vietnam, especially in economics, trade and investment. Also on July 24th, President Trương Tấn Sang met with the World Bank Group's president, Jim Yong Kim, and the International Monetary Fund's managing director, Christine Lagarde.
National Assembly Chairman Nguyễn Sinh Hùng arrived in Nay Pyi Taw on July 24th, beginning his 3-day official visit to Myanmar. The visit is made at the invitation of Speaker of the Myanmar Parliament and its upper house, Khin Aung Myint.
Following a welcome ceremony, Chairman Hùng held talks with Speaker of the Myanmar Parliament and its upper house, Khin Aung Myint. He suggested the two sides increase the exchange of delegations and the sharing of experience in legislation, supervision, and other related issues. The Myanmar speaker suggested the two sides further cooperate in all fields. During the talks, the top legislators of Vietnam and Myanmar signed a cooperation agreement between the two parliaments. On this occasion, Chairman Hùng met with Speaker of Myanmar's lower house, Tura Usman. He paid a courtesy call to Myanmar President U Thein Sein on the same day. The chief legislator suggested the two sides increase trade promotion activities in an effort to raise two-way trade to at least $500 million in the next few years. President U Thein Sein affirmed that his country wants to further develop multifaceted cooperation with Vietnam.
Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng has said Vietnam wants to join hands with Haiti to effectively implement cooperation agreements reached in various areas. He made the remark while meeting Haitian Minister of Economics and Finance with Sir Lalou, who is also Minister of Industry and Trade in Hanoi on July 24th.
Prime Minister Dũng said Vietnam is willing to share its experience with Haiti in socio-economic development. He added, Vietnam is ready to boost trade with Haiti, especially products of its strength and Haiti's needs. Minister Wilson Lalo said he hopes that Vietnam will create favorable conditions for its businesses to seek investment opportunities in Haiti. He affirmed that Haiti always welcomes Vietnamese companies to run long-term business in the country, especially in construction, garments, telecommunications, and maritime transport. The minister suggested the two sides further promote trade, confirming that his country is ready to serve as a gateway for Vietnamese goods to enter the Central and South American markets.
For a world of peace without nuclear and chemical weapons was the theme of a recent workshop held in the central city of Da Nang. The event was held on the occasion of the Japanese peace boat's arrival to the city.
The event was hosted by the Da Nang City chapters of the Vietnam Union of Friendship Organizations and the Vietnam-Japan Friendship Association in connection with a peace boat. Attendees included the Venezuelan ambassador to Vietnam and social activists from Vietnam and Japan. It also drew the participation of Agent Orange victims and 30 peace boat members, who survived the atomic bombs dropped on Japan's cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki 68 years ago. Opinions at the workshop focused on the aftermath of nuclear and chemical warfare. The pains and tears that Agent Orange victims suffered were also shared during the talks, raising the importance of peace today. The event appeals to youth to join post-war relief efforts. This is the 35th visit of the Ship of Peace to Da Nang City. It is part of activities to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Vietnam-Japan diplomatic ties.
An exhibition featuring the renovation and development of Hanoi after 5 years of border expansion opened on July 25th in the capital city. We went along to take a look.
In 2008, Ha Tây Province, Mê Linh District of Vĩnh Phúc Province, and 4 communes of Hòa Bình Province, Lương Sơn District were incorporated into Hanoi. The expansion makes it the 70th largest capital city in the world, with a total area of more than 3,300 square kilometers. The exhibition presents more than 100 photos of the capital city's comprehensive achievements in the last 5 years. The exhibition affirms Hanoi's achievements during its development and integration. It also offers a chance for the people of Hanoi to improve their responsibility and love for the capital city. Artisans from 10 renowned trade villages around Hanoi also showcase many of their typical handicrafts at the exhibition. It will open to visitors until August the 5th at the Hanoi Museum.
The central coastal province of Khánh Hòa is becoming the most favorite destination in Vietnam for Russians. Many Russians said the province suits their demand for beach holidays as it boasts temperate climate and unique tourism products.
Khánh Hòa province is home to Nha Trang Bay, one of the most beautiful bays in the world. With crystal clear waters and the sun all year round, its Nha Trang city is the popular holiday destination in Vietnam. In the first half of the year, Khánh Hòa province welcomed 79,000 Russian visitors, accounting for over 45% of the total number of Russians to Vietnam. According to the local tourism promotion center, the number of Russian visitors to the province is expected to hit more than 100,000 this year. There are 2 to 4 daily direct flights from the forest region of Russia to Khánh Hòa Cam Ranh International Airport, and 2 from Moscow to its Nha Trang city every week, starting from this October.
And that's VNA from Hanoi. I'm Bảo Ngọc. Thank you for tuning in and see you next time.